All right, thanks for your patience, everyone. My name is Angela Keenholz, founder of Memorial Footprints, and our team here is Tim, Lynette, Linda, Josh, and Kelly. I'd like to just send a quick thanks to them. Clear Memorial is a go-to resource for funeral planning 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, online and over the phone from the comforts of your home. Clear Memorial was founded because of a personal experience I had planning my grandmother's funeral. I was shocked when they told me that the minimum package was $16,000. I then found out that the average funeral cost $6,500. And that was the minimum package was $16,000. I just couldn't believe it. So I started to do research, and I found that the industry has been under tremendous scrutiny for price fixing, 300% markups on products, and for taking advantage of the vulnerable bereaved. It's very overwhelming when you have to plan a funeral. You're strained with circumstances, and with those price disparities, sometimes you end up paying more than you really need to. So this is how Clear Memorial came about, and there's 3 stages that we plan on explaining to you along with the demo. The first stage is the National Service Provider Directory, where all funeral homes are listed. This is free for anyone to access. And then there's advertising opportunities where funeral directors can add features such as a picture or a link to their website or additional information about their specialties, such as if they cater to certain lifestyles or religions. Second phase would be a robust planning tool and database where you can keep your plan or email it to someone you love. And also that is really customizable based on your history. You answer questions about yourself so that it's not like, what do you want, a casket? Do you want this? Do you want that? No, it's what do you enjoy in life? What could we do to customize and make your memorial or your funeral really memorable for the people who love you? Also, in second phase 2 is a phone app that would be white labeled for insurance companies or employee benefits programs. And that would be in Q2 of 2012. And then last but not least, we would combine those 2 features to offer packaged bids online as well as discounts for people who are part of employee benefits programs, and also around-the-clock advisors, because we recognize that funerals are really sensitive times in your life, so you want to be able to talk to someone over the phone, or maybe even if it's on chat or email. So actually, let's go ahead and we'll type in the zip code here. You already kind of did a demo. Did everybody get to see that? So revenue streams and validation. We'have got employee benefits programs, as I talked about before. 75% of companies over the size of 500 are part of employee benefits programs. They have decided to partake in those. They're growing right now too because insurance, medical insurance is skyrocketing, so they're trying to find other ways to offer benefits to their employees. And then you've got insurance agents, attorneys, people who write down your wills, your advance directives, and also service providers. And then of course the general public. So. We also wanted to recognize that there's a competitive, there's other people in the market right now that we want to be aware of as we launch this. First is another one is called Everest Funeral, and one is called FuneralWise. So you can see there where we lie in terms of their services that they provide. It's really important for us to offer a comprehensive package of services that take part of all the pieces of the funeral planning. So you've got 24/7 consultation packages, purchasing ability online, which I think is really important these days. Also interactive planning tools, the mobile app, focused partnerships with hospice care programs or nursing homes, and then informational articles and resources. So again, I have a mission to provide this service to people because it's a growing industry. 2.5 million people die per year. And that means 80 million baby boomers are reaching old age. So it's just continually growing, and our generation does tons online. So and just because of the story that I have a significant mission to help people. So. Questions?
Judges, any questions?
So how do you, I mean, if it's just a directory of all of the places that rip people off every day, how does that reduce costs and get you know, how does that benefit me as a consumer if we're just directing people to the places that are the ones doing the gouging to begin with?
What we've shown you today is just what he's asking is how it would save people money if it's just a directory of funeral homes. Actually, that's only phase 1. Phase 2 is where we are able to provide plans, but then phase 3 is where we're providing transparency by showing different package bids from different funeral homes. So that's where it becomes more transparent, and then also there's discounts offered to people who purchase this service or employee benefits programs that purchase it for their employees. So it's a combination. It's just creating transparency. The price lists for funeral homes that the federal government regulates they put out are so confusing that, I mean, anybody who is not grieving can't understand them, let alone someone who's grieving. And that's part of why I'm doing this and part of why it's needed.
And I apologize, I think I missed the revenue model. How do you make money on it?
Yeah, so employee benefits programs, that's part of it, and that's in group plans where benefits programs, people sell these benefits, big programs, big companies buy them, and so they're packaged. So I would sell it for maybe 15 cents per person, but we're getting, maybe 500,000 people per month that we would be covering. So it could be 15 cents, it could be $1. It depends on the size of the group. It's kind of like insurance coverage. It depends on the size of the group as to how much they would pay for it. And then also insurance agents could sell it when they're selling the life insurance. They could sit there and say, hey, I've got this other benefit. Or someone who's planning on doing their wills, then they can say, I don't know what you want, but here, this is part of the will package. And if you buy it for $100, then the insurance agent gets $15 cut of it or something.
So Angela, I just have one question. Why don't you start with that solution where you feel the maximum value will be there for the consumer, like really putting those packages out there? Why don't you start with something like that?
Because that's complex. If we're talking about minimal viable product, we want to start with the directory because then we're going to get our name out there. We're going to get feedback from funeral homes. We're going to get feedback from customers. Yep.
But they won't realize the value unless they see what you have to offer. So you have something really, you've identified a problem, like it is 16,000 right? So they can't give you the right feedback if they don't see the right value. I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
There needs to be a lot more. What I think she's saying, and we're all kind of thinking, is you identified a problem, but you're trying to go to New York and then back around to LA to solve the problem in LA. You need to just solve the problem, and then potentially have the value that will drive revenue.
Okay.
Maybe that isn't the minimum viable product. Basically, it's not viable.
All right, that's something to look at. Thank you. There's so many ways to start it out and get it out there without spending tons of money on a big program that you find out people won't use.
But clearly you're very passionate about it, so I think you should definitely do it. But I think, I think you would be the right person to do it too. But I think maybe it's just that thinking about what an MVP is very important to you. Because you might be getting feedback on a directory, whereas you have a better solution in mind, but people don't even see it.
What about if the funeral directors know that it's coming? I mean, if it's...
They need to see it to give you the right feedback. Because that's what you need to iterate to really build a better product.
Thank you, I appreciate the valuable feedback.
Any other questions from the judges? No? Okay, good job.